Welcome to Rauta. This time we have a rather peculiar case, and unfortunately not in a good way. This one is called Nirriti, and it's an international lineup, mostly from India, but also a drummer from United States, so international. Let's just quickly unbox this jewel case, so to speak. Traditional black jewel case, 2 tracks listed on the backside of the album. Released by Bestial Burst, which is mostly, I guess, known for their black metal releases. Here's the CD with the cover image, and let's take another look. Now, there's this kind of an Indian person with skulls and whatnot, and I would assume a dead baby, or at least soon to be dead baby. And then another person, like a shaman or something, with all painted white. And then just some ordinary folk there. Could be a parent of this assumed dead kid. Strong image in a way, but probably you have to know Indian culture to take everything out of it. And then we have the information about the album, very minimal. And inside we have the lineup, looking badass as ever. It seems 2 guys from India and 1 guy from United States. That is, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a Metal Archives site look for this band. So there it is. As you can see, India and Canada. Sorry, not American, but Canadian person here. I don't know why I was thinking American. I'm not gonna fix this, by the way. Let's just get it going on. So as you can see, this is made in Indian writing, but luckily for the rest of us, it says ASURYASPARSHA or something in the direction. And as you can see, these track names are pretty lengthy, as well as the whole MCD. 2 tracks, 7 minutes and 13 minutes. And this is kind of a curious thing, because what you see here is death black metal listed with lyrical themes such as metaphysics, ontology, philosophy, so very deepy philosophical thinking, or topics that are related to philosophy and kind of otherworldly topics. I don't know. I wouldn't know. There are no lyrics included, so I don't know who has added this information or what, or based on what information. It all sounds very intriguing, coming from Canada and India, having this kind of a weird cover image, and with these lyrical themes, black and death metal. I'm already like, okay, this gotta be good. This gotta be interesting. And unfortunately, interesting in totally wrong ways. Because beyond this side, I think there's nothing interesting in this music, but rather annoying. Now, first of all, I really don't find any black metal in this release. I could say it's hardly even death metal, not to mention death black metal, because to me it sounds kind of a noisy, grindy stuff. So I would say this is kind of like noise grind rather than death black metal. But obviously, genres are always up for debate. Now the thing here is, with these lengthy tracks, you would assume something very cool, dynamic, something special is about to happen. But the only special that is to happen is that this is very mushy sound, very noisy approach and output, which in my opinion ceases to interest me after first couple of minutes. Now, given it's a few spins, I was kind of expecting my mind to get enlightened, kind of a mind blown, like, oh, suddenly I understand, but there's nothing really to understand. First of all, this production kind of ruins it all. Now, all these riffs and ideas here and there are kind of ruined by this lack of good production, because it's all just about kind of getting noisy. But then again, noise genre, noise core, or power electronics and all that stuff, they make it so much more better. So if you're gonna go all about noise, like fast-paced drumming and quick guitar picking and whatever, at least make it sound like you mean to it. And now it's all like, okay, you don't know how to mix it, you don't know how to master it, you don't know how to find even proper basic sound for your guitars. So if you're gonna make it interesting, there has to be something else than just fast drumming and getting all chaotic. I think the only actual interesting things on this, musically that is, are these kind of Indian sounds, which I don't know what they are really, but they kind of lit my imagination going to places like, okay, this must be something like a ritual burial or something like else, like maybe shamanistic sounds or whatever. So they are kind of nice. But when it comes to the actual metallic sound side of this album, I think this is waste of plastic, waste of time and money. This is one of the most actually annoying and most boring and most horrible albums, or well, releases. It's a mini CD, not an album really, that I've heard in many, many months. I wouldn't say years, because I have heard even worse albums in last few years, but still, I felt like, why even release this? Now, if this is the kind of a shock effect that was meant to be, like reviewers going, like, you know, getting exploded and whatnot, picking up the reaction, well, good for you. But in my opinion, I would send this band back to the cellar and like do your thing with your guitars and drums and whatnot. Figure out something reasonable to play and sort out your production. In my opinion, this is shit. That's it. Hey, that rhymes. See you and bye bye.